Hey guys, it's Kayla here, and there's a little bit of sound behind me, but I was out for a walk and I just felt super inspired to share. I felt driven, I felt motivated, I just felt like it was time to hop on here and just start documenting my journey again. So 2 days ago I got home from the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and it was exactly what I needed at this point in time. While I was there, there were times where I was actually putting a lot of pressure on myself, thinking that I wasn't getting as much out of the experience as I could be, but I was getting exactly what I needed out of the experience. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this festival specifically, is there's something for everyone. You can go all the time, but there's also space to wind down and relax and go inward. And the more that I connected one-on-one with a lot of people this time around, and that was really nice. And it seems that the whole idea of an introvert is very skewed. We kind of have this idea that an introvert is one thing. It's someone that's quiet and shy and is like socially awkward and all those type of things. But sorry, there's a lot of distractions here at the park. So I love going to lectures, I love learning, and one of the lectures that I went to was actually put on by Megan Elizabeth, and it was about personality typing, and she went into talking about the different Myers-Briggs types. And I'd heard about it before, I learned about it before, but it was really interesting what she had to say about it. And one of the greatest things that I learned about it was kind of the idea of introvert or extrovert and what that really means. And as a child, I was like 110% introvert. And I found over the years, both by intention and just how I've grown up, that I have become more extroverted. And when I actually did my personality test again, I am 49% introvert and 51% extrovert. I'm literally like as split down the middle as you can get, because I don't think they give you a 50-50. I think they like make you go one way or the other. It made sense because I am a lot more comfortable speaking my mind and talking to people, and someone's like, hey, can you find out what that person's name is? Like, I'm the first to go do that. I am super happy having like a one-on-one conversation with anyone. In large groups, I like to be around a lot of people, but it's funny, I like go into my introverted state when I'm around a bunch of people. And so anyway, this is not what I meant this video to be about, but it was so fascinating to me. So one of the things that Megan talked about is introvert or extrovert has to do with how you re-energize yourself. And I really feel like my surroundings right now are the ideal example, and it just made me so much more comfortable to be who I am when I learned this. And it was a process throughout the entire week at the festival, because you just do whatever you want to do all the time. And especially if you go by yourself. If you go with friends, you still have those is this what they want to do? But anyway, what I learned, and it ended up like kind of coming to fruition on the very last day when everyone was grabbing. So when there's produce left over at the end of Woodstock, everyone just gets to take some home. And after I'd grabbed my box of oranges and case of papayas and all that stuff, I just grabbed there was some stuff out for breakfast. So I grabbed a bowl of fruit And I sat down on this little hill that was really close to where all the action was happening, and everyone was like sifting through stuff and making sure that they got like their fruit and vegetables. And I was just sitting there quietly eating my fruit. And I realized that I feel most energized when I become an introvert surrounded by an extroverted situation. I love being around large groups of people, but I get fueled by allowing myself to kind of just absorb that surrounding, that energy, that whatever it is. And maybe I'm like with one or two people, but if I'm with a big group of people, I fantasize about being home by myself knitting. Seriously. It was really interesting, and it made me realize, I'm like, yeah, like that's why I love like crowds. I love when there's a festival in town. I love going to like concerts or bars with live music, and I love like the energy of people, but I often will partake in a very introverted activity. Years ago, I was dating a musician, and one of my favorite things to do was have a glass of wine and sit there and draw in my sketchbook while I was listening to live music. It really, like, these type of things are just kind of like a summation of exactly, you know, it was like it connected these dots, and once it connected, it just made so much sense to me. So where I am right now, like there was just like a live jazz band playing in the park, and there's people playing tennis over here. I'm stealing the lights from the tennis court. And I used to think like, wow, I should want to do this with other people, and I would like let myself feel lonely, but I don't feel lonely at all. I love like the buzz of life happening around me. So anyway, I might end up splitting this into two videos, I don't know. So today, the main reason that I wanted to document today, and it's almost the end of the day, and I'm so excited, today is 21 days raw. Like it just happened, 21 days. I went to Woodstock. I was 12 days raw. I was 12 days raw. I was 12 days raw already. I wanted to kind of prep myself for the festival because in the past when I've gone, I've like started my raw on there. So it was just like a portion. So when I came home, I just continued doing what I was doing, only kind of pimped up a little bit, which I will talk about in another video. But I'm here. I'm doing a lot of mono meals, and today I've only had oranges. I never do citrus, but I had 7 oranges throughout the day while I was at work. I kept it super simple. I came home, I squeezed a lime into some distilled water, and this is 13 oranges juiced. I bought a citrus juicer today because I have a case of oranges to go through, and I don't like how messy I get when I'm eating them by hand. So this is my dinner. What I love about this is I can just like sip on a little bit just to keep my blood sugar where I feel like awesome. And I don't have to like, this is all over the place, but that's just how my videos are, and you guys should know that by now. I've really allowed myself to let go of the idea of like 3 square meals a day. I think I've mentioned this before, but it's more so remembering that food is for fuel. And some days you're driving your car a lot and you need to go to the gas station. Like I had to stop at the gas station twice in one day when I drove to Woodstock, and twice in one day when I drove back. And I think I even made a 3rd stop on my way back because I was in the States and gas is way cheaper there. But it's about like refueling. And so some days you need a lot more energy than others. And I'm trying to really listen to my needs and be like, okay, yeah, maybe I just like need a little extra. And I'm trying not to get so caught up in the idea of calories right now. Yeah. So 21 days, I made it. And so I'm more than 1/3 of the way to the longest amount of time I've ever spent raw, which was 59 days last spring. And I'm not going to share what any of my goals are right now because I don't want to keep making false promises on here, but I do have some big goals right now, and I'm really excited for the future. There's a lot of change happening in my life. This is one promise I'm making because I want you guys to hold me to it. If you don't see me posting, I am aiming to I am going to, there is no try, there is only do. I am going to be posting twice a week on my fruit medicine channel. If you don't see it happening, you better like bombard me on Instagram Messenger or something. Be like, where's the videos? And if you have any topics that you guys want me to talk about, if there's any elements of the fruit festival, let me know, or anything that comes up along the way. I'm always, open to ideas. But this is a video for my 21 days raw, and later this week I have a special treat for you guys. I did an interview with I'm looking at her as one of my mentors now, Lissa from Raw Food Romance. We did an interview on Sunday morning, and I'm going to be posting that later this week. And we talked about some stuff that is different than just talking about her raw food journey. We actually, dug into some stuff that's like happening right now, and I'm super excited for her, and I'm not going to give anything else away. So anyway, I will cut this off now because it's getting dark, and hopefully this turned out. I've never done a video in the dark like this before. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and I am gonna go and drink this delicious juice now and do a little bit of reading. I'm reading Medical Medium right now as my non-school book. Okay, enough. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.